So we are going to get right into this. I have been thinking about desire differently, and it has been perspective shifting. It's been energetically shifting for me. And I wanted to share this with you as something that could be also equally beneficial to you as you work towards the things that you want. The insight is, let's start there. Desire is not a pushing out of your mind, but an attuning to something that is already there, that is already available. So this became something that I experienced first, and then I began to be like, "Huh, what's that?" So I I was cleaning my kitchen one night, and I had this desire for we have at my corporate job something called Award Co, where you can give points to people, and you can use those points to like get gift cards and buy gifts and stuff like that. I had this thought desire of if I had 50 more points, I would be able to get this particular gift. Or I think it was like new AirPods or something. And it was very like here and there. And then I even thought like, oh, I should tell one of my coworkers, like she can give me some of her points. I'll give her some of my points because this is the part that you can just give away. And then that'll help me get my 50. Strategized for like 2 seconds and moved on and forgot about it. So there was this level of like attached because I was resonating with this desire, but also like not attached. Like I'm not going to try to sit here and figure it all out. Because there's also something else that I'll probably talk about in another video of how I am the how. So when you're thinking about manifesting something, you don't need to figure out the how. Anyways, so I have this desire thought, keep washing the dishes. The next day, we get an email from corporate saying, "Happy holidays. We are gifting everyone or giving everyone 50 award code points for you to use on gift cards and gifts and da 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 da." And I was just like, seriously? I wasn't, I was surprised, but I wasn't surprised. It was like, oh, I wasn't imagining that it would come that way, but there you have it. So in that moment, what it made me question was how I've been thinking about desire. And before, I would have thought about, oh, if I have a desire and I want to manifest that, I need to think about it. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to take all these steps and I have to figure out what the actions are going to be and all of this. And I didn't have to do none of that. None of it. These corporate people decided, however long ago before I had that resonant moment, that they were going to do this. So my thought in the moment wasn't the creation of this happening. My desire wasn't the creative impetus for this happening. My desire the night before was me resonating to attune to what was already going to happen that I would enjoy, that I would love, that I would find useful, that would support my goals. It was almost like, it felt more like a vision or memory versus something that I need to go do and be fully responsible for. I literally thought about it for less than 3 minutes and moved on. But the lesson from it all was so incredible the next day to actually see it come and have to recognize and really own that the desire didn't create them doing this. My desire was basically early reception of what was happening. Desire is a early receiving and attuning to what is available that I resonate with as a person. So I am no longer required to make it happen because from that perspective, it is already here. And because I've just attuned to it. What if we thought about desire more like prophecy? What if it wasn't something I need to go create and go do, but it's like, just got a download of what's available to me. And I'm resonating with this. And I want to become a conduit or part of the process of receiving this fully, like manifesting this. It's almost like an invitation, like an invitation to be a part of manifesting it. Thinking about desire this way will revolutionize the beliefs around desires being a part of goodwill and making sure that your motives are right and negotiating with your desires and thinking that you need to somehow qualify to receive what is here. So for me, when I thought about desire in the other way, after I had that desire for something, it went through so many ways that I thought about, okay, well, can I do this? Can I create this? Can I have this? Am I qualified in this way? Is it God's will? Maybe another way of thinking about that. Is this good? Is this going to help all of this other things? Is it going to be all this other stuff? Desire isn't about any of that. So all the things that I would have done to be like, well, maybe there's another way for me to get those awards. I'll just have to use my money to, like, all that rationale. When you think about desire as me resonating with something that is already available, all of the rationale goes away. You no longer have to negotiate for your desires. It's just, oh, yes. It's just a yes. It's almost like copy that. Yep, I want it. Yep, I want in. Thinking about it that way from the start is just a game changer. It feels simple, but it's a game changer. Okay. So this reframes too, as humans, especially women, this reframes our shame around wanting things, because we are living in a society, whether it's from education, whether it's from just our culture, whether it's from religion, where we are constantly messaged to that we should be leery of what we want, that we should even have shame for wanting something just for wanting it. And that makes you not so good. That makes you greedy. That makes you arrogant. That makes you ungrateful and all these things. And reframing desire as not as something that's solely coming from me, but something that is coming to me that I'm resonating with, dissolves that fear and suspicion. It dissolves all of the shame that we have been taught to have when we think about desire coming like solely from ourselves. And there, a lot of times in like manifestation teachings, they'll say, you want to be detached, but you also have to be attached enough to feel that excitement and to visualize. And so how do you balance attachment and detachment that people are saying that you have to manifest and get what you want? That's how you have it. Understanding that it is not just solely mine, detaching. It's not coming from me, detaching. It's coming to me so that it can come through me, which is attaching. But it's appropriate attachment to it. It's useful attachment to it. Cause you have that moment, it's like, oh yes, I would just love, yes, I want that. Thank you. And the response already is just like, thanks. Yep. Mm-hmm. And it immediately already puts you in gratitude. How do we just skip everything? Just it's all in one fell swoop when we think about desires differently. All right. So, what becomes possible when we trust desire? One of the things that I wanted to understand is, how has this already been, what teachings of this already exist that I may not have been privy to or have read or whatever. And so I want to share with you some of the teachings that already exist that say this in some way or another, which I found beautiful, because I think the truth that is can be presented in multiple different ways. And so it was really cool to see the different schools of thought that have something very similar to say, but maybe pointing back to this truth. All right. And then I have my additional way of saying it. So I'll go down this little bit of a list. Plato, theory of recollection. Plato argued that what we think of as learning something is actually remembering truths the soul already knows. So desire is the yearning of the soul toward what it implicitly remembers. It's already here. It's already pre-existent. It already exists. And you already know it. All right. So Augustine says, our hearts are restless until they rest. Kind of sounds like Captain Obvious, but Augustine believed that desire was not created by us, but placed in us because we long for what already exists in the divine. Desire is evidence, not your imagination. Okay. Sufism, the echo of the beloved. Sufi mystics, Rumi, Hafiz, taught that desire is the call of the beloved, meaning desire is the inner resonance of something that already is. We were just saying. Rumi said, what you seek is seeking you. That part right there, because I remember having that thought of like, what if my desire isn't something that I am creating and now need to go push and push out there, but what if it's like, it's a call and it's me deciding to answer the call of what's available. Oh, God. Okay. Hermeticism, the principle of correspondence. Hermetic teachings say that we only desire what already exists vibrationally, not created but recognized. Every desire corresponds to a form already present in the unseen. I think the Bible says something like, everything seen comes from the unseen. So we think about that from the standpoint of every physical thing that we've seen was once like an idea, was once a thought, like this pen. I held that up for that reason. But the other part of that, if you take it to the other level of that, is like even your desires exist already. You wouldn't be able to think them up or have them, or even in your mind, if they did not vibrationally already exist. So what are we manifesting? Kabbalah, Ratson desire, which is also known as desire, as the pull toward what already exists in higher worlds. In other words, you desire it because it exists in potential, and your desire is the bridge. Isn't that crazy? And to me, all of the messaging that we have in society, in the world, and religion, that your desire is something to be like tamed. And I can understand when people are talking about the desire to do evil things. Like I can see where people are like, oh, we got to tame that. We got to control folks. But the essence of what you really want is not evil. We'll talk about that in another podcast. This is too much to get into. I want to keep this short. Taoism, the desire as a natural tendency. Taoist thought sees authentic desire as innate tendencies of the Tao moving through you. So desire is not a projection, but an alignment with the flow that everything is like it already exists. It already exists. Okay, so phenomenology. Desire as disclosure. That's so cool. Modern phenomenology touches this idea. I probably need to look that up some more. Desire isn't the mind creating something. Desire is how reality discloses possibilities to you. The desire is information, not invention. Desire is not imagination. We have two more. Neuroscience, predictive processing. In neuroscience, your brain is a predictive machine. It desires what it already considers plausible, coherent, familiar, or possible. This means you don't desire what you can't in some ways already sense or already have. Desire is the conscious signal of the underlying possibility. So it's the answering of the call. And then quantum mechanic or quantum metaphysic. Okay, then lastly, quantum metaphysics, potentiality exists first. So in quantum interpretations, potentials exist before observation. Your attention is what makes a specific potential visible. So here, desire equals the first awareness of a potential that was already real at the level of possibility. So desire is attuning, not creating. And this may feel nuanced, but this was very helpful to me. Those traditions say desire is remembrance, desire is resonance, desire is a call, desire is correspondence, desire is potential revealing itself to you. It's not just yours. It's something that's like, you want this? It's like the moment that the desire is there, like in your heart, in your mind, it's like your higher self saying, you want this? Ooh, you want this? And then you get to say, yeah, I want that. That's your resonance, and it's already resonating with you. Isn't that cool? I just wanted to share this as something that has been incredibly helpful to me in my thinking about desire and my deconstructing religion, deconstructing power structures, deconstructing beliefs about certain things that would impede me from doing the things that I really do desire to do. So I wanted to just share that as an offering. I am going to put together a much longer blog post about this because I think there's some things I wanted to make this super quick, but there are some additional things that I want to touch on. So that will be in my website. And if you want to dig into some more of the details of this and have something to read versus the way that I'm trying to articulate this. All right. Have a good one. Until next time, we out.